Well, there's one side. Now, the other side that I did when I used my setup block. Let me just get this set up for you. I had forgotten that it was not this same width. I had cut it back. I had cut these back, remember? And I was using a setup block that was the old width. So I've got a gap there. I'm just gonna have to live with that. Nothing I can do about it really. There's no way to put another piece in there, or it's not even really worth it. It's shop furniture, but it's a lesson learned. So if you're going to use a sample piece, make sure your sample is the same dimensions. Every dimension, thickness, width, and not necessarily height, I guess, but or length, but thickness and width. Mine was just thickness, and that's the price I'm going to have to pay right there. Alright, I got one frame dry fitted together. It looks like it's going to work out pretty well. So this is the bottom and that's the top. Need to figure out the length of my panels. And the way I'm going to do that is just take the measurement from this flush edge to a plus 3/8. So it should be 14 3/4 plus 3/8, 15 1/8. And then I can see if I can fit the panel in there and then drop it down and see how it works. So I'm going to cut a couple of pieces to rough width. Okay, success. This door fits snugly, and it needs a little help getting closed back there. I won't be able to do this when it's on the unit, so I'm going to have to put a little bevel on that, I think, because the plywood's got a little bow to it. But the good news is, and I hadn't thought of this, is that I can put the piece in from the back. Put the back door in from the back side and the front from the front. I was thinking all along I'd have to put them both in from the same side. But that's not the case. So I'm going to cut another one and see how that looks. This is at 15 inches. That'll give about 1.5 inches overlap. Alright, there you go. Definitely needs a little bit of sanding, and then some finger holes in there. Alright, I like my new workbench. This is incredibly nice to be able to hold something like this in place and you know, give it a dry fit and a test run basically. A couple of Bessey clamps clamped to my extrusion, and it's not going anywhere. So you can see now I've got my holes drilled here. This sliding door works really nicely. This one's a little tight, but that's because of this one's got a little bit more of a banana to it. But they do both work. I should close this one like this because that's how I'll be doing it on when it's on the unit itself. So I'm going to put the other one together, dry fit it, and then I'll be ready to mount them to the case. First I'll glue up the panels. Then the doors, I think I showed this before, but I'm able to get the doors out and then put them back in. And it works. That's the best part, it works. So, give me a nice clean look. Let me show you from this angle over here. So you can see these grooves match up perfectly. And the door closes nice, and that'll keep a lot of that dust out. Okay, you got the bevels all sanded, or the slider grooves, I guess, I put bevels on the, slight bevels on the corners there. Incidentally, if you like a set of free plans for these, let me know. I've got the plans for these, along with a folding jig for the paper. So I've got a set of 6 of them, one for each grit that I have in my repertoire of sanding, I guess. So if you want to set it or make a set, they do come in real handy. Okay, let's see how the doors fit in this second one here. Better get the dust cleaned out of there first. Well, we got this upside down. That's alright, I'll just go in the bottom first. Yeah. I gotta turn this one around. Let me flip it and I'll be right back. Same thing with this setup. This one's a little stiffer than this one, but they do both work as planned. I think that once I get a little, like I say, a little lubrication in those tracks, that'll be nice. I'm intending, I'm starting to lean toward using this quarter sawn side rather than the rip sawn side. I think I like that better. Alright, let me glue them up. Sand up the frames. Then we'll figure out how we're going to attach them to the case.